If you want to render your SketchUp projects with realistic lighting, materials, and a true real-time workflow, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to install D5 Render for SketchUp step by step, including the main D5 render engine, the D5 Sync extension, and how to activate the connection so you can start sending your model into D5. This is a great setup for architects, interior designers, and anyone who wants a faster visualization workflow inside SketchUp. And if this tutorial helps you out, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more software guides like this one. Let's start with the first part, which is installing the D5 render engine. This is the main software that does the heavy lifting for materials, lighting, shadows, and the final real-time rendering environment. To get started, open your browser and go to the D5 render download page. From there, download the D5 render installer. Once the installer is downloaded, run it on your computer. Now keep in mind that D5 Render is a large program. During installation, it will download the full asset library and supporting files, which can take several gigabytes. So before you begin, make sure you have a stable internet connection and at least 10 gigabytes of free space available on your drive. This helps prevent interrupted downloads and installation errors. Another very important thing to check before continuing is your graphics card. D5 Render requires a dedicated GPU with ray tracing support. That usually means an NVIDIA RTX series card, an AMD Radeon RX 6000 series card, or an Intel Arc GPU. If your system does not meet these requirements, D5 Render may not launch properly, or performance may be very limited. So if you're not sure, take a moment to check your hardware first before moving on. Once the D5 Render engine is installed and ready, the next step is installing the D5 Sync extension for SketchUp. This is the plugin that lives inside SketchUp and allows you to send your model directly into D5 Render. Open SketchUp 2026 on your computer, then go to Extensions and open Extension Warehouse. In the search bar, type D5 Sync. When you see the official plugin, click Install. This adds the D5 integration into SketchUp so you can begin syncing your scenes and models with just a few clicks. If you don't want to install it through Extension Warehouse, there is also another method. You can download the .rbz file directly from the D5 Render website, then go to Extensions, open Extension Manager, and choose Install Extension. Select the .rbz file and complete the installation that way. After the extension is installed, restart SketchUp. This step is important because it allows the D5 Sync toolbar to load correctly when the program opens again. If you skip the restart, the toolbar may not appear or the extension may not initialize properly. So after installation, close SketchUp completely and reopen it. Now let's activate the sync connection. Open the SketchUp model you want to work on. Once your project is open, look for the D5 Sync toolbar. You should see a start button, which is usually shown with a play icon. Click that button to begin the connection. At this point, D5 Render should launch automatically and your SketchUp model will appear inside the D5 workspace. This is where the real-time workflow begins. Once the sync is active, any changes you make in SketchUp will update instantly in D5 Render. For example, if you move a wall, delete a chair, or adjust a window, those changes should appear in the render scene without you having to export the model again. That saves a huge amount of time and makes it much easier to design and visualize at the same time. You can also work with materials in a smart way. If you apply a material in SketchUp, D5 will recognize the material name during sync. Then, inside D5 Render, you can open the asset library and replace that basic SketchUp texture with a high-quality PBR material. That means you can keep your modeling workflow simple in SketchUp while upgrading the visual quality inside D5 with realistic surfaces, better reflections, and richer detail. So the full setup is really just three main parts. Install the D5 Render engine, install the D5 Sync extension in SketchUp, and then activate the Start button to connect both programs. After that, your workflow becomes much smoother because your model and render scenes stay linked in real time. If this tutorial helped you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more easy step-by-step software guides. And if you want, I can also make a follow-up tutorial showing how to use D5 Render with SketchUp after installation, including materials, lighting, and exporting your first realistic render. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.